So my friend Kenny is putting together a collaboration. He's got a great channel. I'll leave a link for it down below. And anyway, the focus of the collaboration is on traits of homesteading. Basically, he's getting a bunch of people together to talk about the various traits that make up good homesteaders. So the trait I'd like to call out for this project is specifically creativity. I think there's this perception in our society that if you're a farmer or a homesteader, you're not going to be creative. But I would argue that the work that happens here on our farm is some of the most creative work I've ever done in my entire life. And I've had jobs like video producer, writer, marketing guy. Frankly, none of those jobs tax my creativity like the work here at the farm does. Let me show you an example of this. So this morning I went out to pour the water for the ducks and I discovered a little bit of a problem. So my water line, which is spring fed, the temperatures got down to about 17 degrees last night. This morning when I came out, I had a problem. The line was frozen solid. With a little bit of elbow grease and help from my friendly blowtorch, I was able to unfreeze the pipe. As you can see right here, the temperature is just above freezing, but it's not gonna stay that way for long. So what I'm gonna have to do is repair this spigot. I am horrible at this type of stuff. I think I've mentioned this in past videos that I'm just not very handy. I'm not very mechanically inclined. So I've started by taking this whole thing apart. So the way this works is I think that there's like a lever piece, which is here, and it sits on here, and what it does is when I pull the handle up, it lifts this lever piece up, and that pulls this bolt up, which releases the water. But unfortunately, I think what's happening is this isn't going down far enough yet when it pops up. So what I'm gonna have to do is probably rebuild this so that this can drop down lower, and I can turn it off and on, and it actually closes the water, and I don't have what's going on here. And it's funny, 2 or 3 years ago, the idea of me even attempting to do something like this just seemed absolutely absurd. Oh no. Oh man. This is clearly it's gonna get worse before it gets better phase. Unfortunately, I can't stop the spring line because I don't know where the spring line is. I've been looking for it, but I have not been able to successfully locate it. Fortunately, the water is really starting to fill up here. This is not good at all. My problem is I can't get the pinhole to line up to the hydrant thing when it's in the up position. That ain't no good. Try to at least catch some of this water in a bucket. I'm gonna have an ice skating rink down here for sure. Hey. I fixed it! Well, I'll be a son of a gun. Golly. I can't believe I did that. I got it. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh. Holy cow. I did not think I was going to be able to do that. That's amazing. This is the best feeling in the world. To go from such high tension and high anxiety to the feeling of relief as you personally fix something with your own grubby bare hands, that's incredible to me. Whew. Wow, I feel lucky. That could have gone bad. And all it took was a little bit of persistence and a little bit of creativity. Basically, the problem was that the pin that pulls the water up and down was completely stripped off. So the pump thingy, I know, a technical term, wasn't latching properly. In order to fix that, what I did was I just went into my tool chest and I found some nuts, and I found a nut exactly the right size. And I screwed it on nice and tight on one side, screwed it on nice and tight on the other, and I was able to get it closed off and prevent a bad situation from becoming an even worse situation. You know, that could have cost me, I don't know, 150 bucks to have a plumber come out here, maybe even more. But instead, what I was able to do was, you know, take it upon myself and make the repairs all by myself. You know, that's a feeling like 2 or 3 years ago when I was living in Washington, D.C. in a townhouse where I called somebody to fix everything for me and I couldn't do anything myself. That's just a feeling I never would have. Because of my creativity, I was able to exhibit self-reliance. I was able to fix my problem myself because of a creative mindset. That creative mindset plays into everything I feel like people do when they're homesteading or working on a farm, because you're confronted with so many problems on a day-to-day basis. Like, for example, what am I going to do with this? I really hope it drains off before everything freezes up again tonight. I have a lot of friends who ask me if I feel creatively dead living out here on the farm. It couldn't be any further from the truth. Creativity. I think that's a really underrated virtue of homesteading.